And so what are some of the things that we talk about? I mean, there's ethical issues that come up at the beginning of a project when you're just trying to figure out appropriate study design, which groups to work with, how to engage a community in this research. You know, even there might be issues with the funder, that the funder's asking you to change things about your design that don't feel appropriate, and how should you manage that? There are issues that come up in the middle of a project about being a good steward of your data and how to do appropriate consent processes. And then you have issues that come up at the end of a project that might have to do with other groups around the country wanting to use your data and access your data. How do you go about sharing that with them? There might be authorship issues on the paper you're trying to get out. You're with your team. There might be dissemination issues, just trying to get results back to the community that you were working with, or maybe even individuals within that project. So there's just ethical issues that can come up at the whole trajectory of a research project. And then just finally, this is some of the work that we did talking with researchers on how they work through ethical issues on their own, because clearly researchers have been working through ethical issues on their own without us for a long time. So what have they been doing that helps? And these were three of the things that made a difference to them between kind of being able to think clearly through an issue in a way that felt like they got to an appropriate and satisfying answer. And that was the ability to self-reflect. And some of us have talked about, in the course of our daily lives, you're just so busy. You're going kind of from dawn to past dusk. And so you have no time to sit down, just take a step back and say, you know, what is really going on here? And what is my role in this? Kind of what is actually happening? Having a position of sincere skepticism, and another way to say this is just humility. It's like how, you know, I'm pushing for I'm pretty darn sure that I'm right about this and that other person's really wrong, but what if I'm wrong? And so what are the ways that I might open myself to trying to hear what that other person's saying? So how to have some humility in this. And then being able to, the open dialogue with colleagues. Anytime these researchers were able to bounce an idea off of somebody, doesn't have to be us, it can be somebody in your lab, a peer member, somebody at a different institution. Just talking something through made all the difference in the world.